is. Well, good evening. It is such a pleasure to be with you tonight. What a great event. Dr. Townsend, Dr. Cole, Board of Directors, the many, many friends of education that are in this room. What a worthy cause we have gathered for tonight. What a worthy cause. I love this theme, Evening with the Stars. And this room is full of stars. You look at Rick Townsend and his team, living out the mission of GICCA daily, developing students and helping them find and pursue passions. Members of the GICCA Foundation and friends who support and advocate for the importance of this school and the difference that it makes. My own all-star team of leaders from the College of Coastal Georgia that are here, who are an incredible mission each and every day focusing on students. So I have two daughters who are in college, and this is spring break week. So they came into town last night for the last part of their spring break. And so I was telling them a little bit about this evening and what we were doing and what GICCA is about. And I asked them if they had any advice. Well, the oldest one said, "Don't try to be funny." And the younger one said, "Right, Mom, just be yourself." Whoa, that teaches you a little bit when you hear that from your own children. But I am a newcomer to this area. I've been here now in the Golden Isles for 8 months. And the week before I started at the college, I attended the Chamber's Leadership Retreat. I should go back for a second. The day the public announcement was made that I would be joining the college, I was having kind of a normal day. I was, as far as normal days go, I was the president of a university and college in Ohio. And when I came out of a series of meetings that day, I was catching up on emails and voicemails, and I received my first call of welcome from none other than, can you guess?
Yeah.
Woody Woodside. So I now know that it's hard to surprise Woody. Okay? I think he's seen it all over 3 decades in this role. But I have to say, when I called him back, he seemed a little surprised. His words were something like, "Well, I didn't think you would actually call." Well, Woody, your reputation made it all the way up to Ohio. And when Woody Woodside calls, you call him back. So at the Chamber Retreat in mid-July of last year, I sat with Dr. Virgil Cole. And I got a clear sense that education in Glenn County was not only in good hands, but that there is remarkable strength and commitment when it comes to education in this community overall. So fast forward 2 weeks, I went to yet another Chamber event, and that was because, you know, not only call Woody back when he calls you, but when he asks you to do something, you do it. So I went to the next Chamber Board of Directors meeting at Woody's request, and I had a chance to say a few words. And at that event, I met Rick. We only had probably, Rick, 2 or 3 minutes to talk, and it was not 30 seconds into that conversation that he said to me, with a twinkle in his eye, no less, he said, "I would love to show you what we do at the school." It was that excitement, that twinkle in his eye, that was still burning 8, 9 years later, leading GICCA, and that made an impression on me. I had to see what he was so excited about. What was he so proud of? So I did my research looking at the website. I wanted to be ready for that visit, Rick. So I learned more about the purpose. I learned about the goals. I saw an impressive board of directors representing business and industry and educational entities here, including our own dean of our School of Business and Public Management, Skip Mounts. But I kept circling back to one link that you have on your site. And I was questioning if it was loading right, because it was a link that says our mission. And I've been in higher education for 25 years. One thing we are not known for in higher education at colleges and universities is for being succinct. So we like words. So I've been part of strategic planning at 4 different colleges and universities. And those strategic planning efforts typically start with looking at your mission statement. So at one institution, after hours, after weeks, turning into weeks of wordsmithing, we rolled out this new mission statement. We had debated every single syllable of this mission statement. You know how long it was? 69 words long. 69 words. So as I looked at the mission statement of GICCA, I was struck by its power and its strength, but also it's 11 words long. 11. It says to ensure a viable 21st century workforce for Glenn County, Georgia. Argue that 11-word mission statement has a lot packed into it. It's deep, it's wide, but it's focused. And what strikes me is everything that mission statement implies. To accomplish it, you have to have strong partnerships, and Rick, you talked about that, and that's something that's very near and dear to my heart, and I believe we do our best work as partners. But to have those partnerships in place with the employers in the area and with other educational partners, you know, as we look around the room tonight, are you struck with the representatives from every corner of this community? Because I know I am. This mission also makes a promise to ensure, and that is a bold word. It's one that brings with it a lot of responsibility, and I have to wonder of that part, the responsibility to the community and to your students and all of those things. That is probably what is that twinkle in Rick's eye. He and I were talking about this evening earlier this week, and I learned something I didn't know, and you all may know it, that 20% of the grades are based on soft skills and work ethic. Soft skills. A lot of things come to our mind, right? Attitude and communication skills and time management and dependability and reliability and problem-solving skills and ability to be coached. Leadership, creativity. I mean, there are a lot of things packed into that. You may have seen an article that came out in Forbes magazine in February, just last month, and it was titled, "What are the top 10 soft skills for the future of work?" And the article starts out by pointing out the fact that the future holds new jobs, and these are new jobs that we can't even conceive of yet. So if we don't know exactly what the jobs will require or what they will be, how do we prepare future employees? How do we help our students get ready for the jobs of tomorrow? So this article goes on, it lists this top 10 skills. Some of those are like conflict management and time management and customer service. But it also mentions a study that the University of Memphis just released back in December. And it proposed that collaborative problem solving will be the most important skill for the coming decades. Collaborative problem solving, working together towards solutions. So this is where the College and Career Academy has brought together really important components for students. So when 20% of your grade is based on demonstrated ability in soft skills and work ethic, and the students are involved in things like active learning, like they were tonight, community service activities, and all these different service learning projects, collaborative problem solving is happening just as a matter of fact. So my very first job out of college was teaching music to preschoolers. I was a music performance major. I had been trained as a concert pianist. So I had never taught I had never taken or taught a music course. I'd never taken a music education class. So I had all different kinds of music classes, but not music education and not how to teach preschoolers. So here I was, class after class after class of 3- and 4-year-olds. I learned very quickly that working together, just doing the same thing at the same time was not a given. So this whole idea of collaborative problem solving is not just born in us, right? It was something to learn. So whether it's GICCA, or it's Brunswick High, or it's Glenn Academy, or it's Coastal Pines Technical College, or it's the College of Coastal Georgia, we have an important charge as educators, and that is to prepare students along a wide range of skills and knowledge to help our students develop and to be prepared for what lies ahead, that we don't know exactly what that is, but to help them find their passions. This evening is a perfect example of that. The culinary students from GICCA working with the Sea Island chefs and the culinary team here, I can only imagine how fast those students are going to fall asleep tonight. When their heads hit the pillows, they are out, because this is hard work. They've seen it, they've felt it, and it's just what an incredible opportunity for them to find how deep their passion runs. And to be an active part of an event like this tonight and see what it takes to work in this industry. I've heard Rick talk a lot about pathways and the importance of pathways, and you saw those students raising their hands, those seniors going on to college. And that is something that's really stressed at the College and Career Academy, that there are next steps, and there are important next steps. And those next steps are post-secondary education. So that might be a certificate or an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree, and that may just continue on for a lifetime. You know, one of the things we know is that average earnings, if you have an associate's degree, lifetime earnings are at about $2.1 million over a lifetime. That's kind of an average. For bachelor's degrees, it's about $3.4 million over a lifetime. So these are pathways that we're helping students through that will pay off. But in my mind, this is what GICCA is all about. Remember that mission statement: to ensure a viable 21st century workforce for Glenn County, Georgia. We see that in action tonight. So in closing, I would like to congratulate my friend, Rick Townsend, for your successes and for taking on this important purpose, for your strong leadership, and for keeping that twinkle in your eye that speaks volumes about the passion that you and your team have for students. How worthy that is of our support. Thank you so much.